reference angle. So it might be difficult for you to deal with negative angles. So to get a positive angle, you can just find its coterminal angle. So instead of adding or subtracting 360, this is in radians, so you're going to add or subtract 2 pi. So negative 5 pi over 6. You could use that equation from before, or you can just simply just add or subtract 2 pi. I'm going to have to multiply by 1, so that someone said 6. So I have negative 5 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6. Negative 5 pi over 6 plus 7 pi over 6 gives you 7 pi over 6. Negative 5 pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6 are coterminal angles. They end up in the same position. You could call that theta. In today's lesson, we're trying to find the reference angle. The reference angle, you can call that theta prime. Class, let's count the unit circle or degrees in, the circle angles measured in radians. Okay, ready, set, go. 0. Pi over 2. Pi. 3 pi over 2. 2 pi. Sounds like some of you guys did too many unit circles for your labor. Just kidding. Well, not. So put your finger, where do you think 7 pi over 6 might be? Now, let's think about this. 7 pi over 6 is greater than 1. What do I mean? 7 divided by 6 is going to be like 1 point something, right? So if you think about it, this over here is something like 2 pi over 2. Or something equivalent that might help you is 6 pi over 6. Do you see this? If you did something like this, multiply it by 3 over 3, you're going to get 3 pi over 6. So you have 0 pi, 3 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 12 pi over 6. Aren't our fractions amazing? So that means that 7 pi over 6 is just a little bit past here our quadrantal angle. It is in quadrant 3. Raise your hand if you knew it was in quadrant 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our angle. Let's use orange. So I'm trying to find this reference angle. Partner B, whisper to partner A a direction in which we draw our reference angle or reference triangle. Class, on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Up. I'm going up because I need to draw a reference triangle. Reference triangle is the same thing as getting a reference angle, which tells me that my reference angle should just be, well, think about it. This is 6 pi over 6, and this one is 7 pi over 6, so our answer is going to be pi over 6. The reason why the answer is pi over 6, because you have 6 pi over 6 plus 1 pi over 6 gives you 7 pi over 6. So the answer is sketch theta equals negative 5 pi over 6, then find its reference angle. The reference angle is pi over 6.